Viewers kan global window aji yade Kohima local ground de aigina se yade wishugule yade ekta program June 75th Naga plebiscite day Naga National Council observe kra lade ahigina se to yade wishugule itu program do organize krise planning and coordination committee ra aro yade Naga plebiscite itu laga opore Naga manukhan la determination aro unity celebrate korole ekta historic day 75th anniversary itu mark kurina program khata ekta lobole ase to aiwi itu program laga opore details olop dikhai lobo.
On behalf of the Planning and Coordination Committee, I want to warmly welcome each one of you to the 75th Naga Plebiscite Day 2025. This morning I would like to share my welcome speech in two ways. The first is for the occasion and the second is for the nation. I extend my heartfelt greetings and welcome address to the surviving participants of the 1951 Naga plebiscite. I wholeheartedly welcome the NNC leaders and other Naga leaders to this historic occasion. I do extend my special welcome to the Kamyungans and the people from the eastern region who took the challenge to come here today. We are here today because of our collective interest in the nation building. Yet, we need to recognize the participation and the support of the Naga National Council leaders, the tribal apex bodies, different organizations, families, individuals in commemorating this event. Without their unwavering support and presence, this is impossible. No nation comes into existence by accident. Every nation's story is built on the resilience, unity, and determination of its people. Our nation, our Naga nation, building is not short of such stories, for the fact that we still coexist with the aggressors of our land that defines the irony of our endurance in nation building. The Bible affirms the foundations of each nation in the book of Acts, in Acts chapter 17, verse 26. From one man he made every nation of men, that they should inhabit the whole earth. And he determined the time set for them and the exact places where they should live. I strongly believe that God has exactly put us in the place where we should be living as proud people of this part of the globe. Naga nationalism is unique because of the position that the Nagas took in a very crucial time. The Naga plebiscite day, as mentioned earlier, is significant because it reiterates the standard we have made to the Simon Commission in 1929 and the declaration of the Naga independence on 14 August 1947. In the past, the pioneers have faced enormous challenges such as abandoning their homes and families, imprisonment, harassment, groupings, treason, deception, and threats from within and without too. We must recognize that without the fervent persistence of our leaders, our history, our rights, and our dignity as free Naga people would have been swept away by petty governmental offers and economic packages. Therefore, we salute and give due recognition to our leaders for taking such a firm stand in the midst of such chaotic and challenging times. Also taking in cognizance We regret the several opportunities that were missed due to the difference of our political interests and other protracted issues. Nevertheless, today, as we commemorate the occasion symbolically, we must be proud of ourselves for taking this bold stand. In our response to the challenges, in the first place, was one of the best things that our leaders did for us. Nation building is a continuous process, and it requires active participation and proactive political consciousness. Sadly, over the years, there have been unhealthy contentions and self-righteous attitudes that has splintered the common interest. But that doesn't mean we are defeated. Our coming together is a sign that we are not numb and apathetic to the crisis we are facing. Naga nationalism is a collective journey, and we are where we are today because of what we did and how we reacted to those challenges. Now the responsibility lies on how we carry on this great responsibility passed on by our leaders. Nationalism surpasses beyond self, and I believe those who are gathered here today are not for ourselves, but for our nation's future and for our political credibility. Considering this opportune time, the need to nurture our patriotism is pertinent because it gives us a sense of belongingness in this world. It is a shared sense of pride in the achievements of other individuals in whom one belongs as fellow citizens of Naga land and in other words, all Naga inhabited lands. It is a sense of pride for the good things that a nation has done, something that is developed by a proper understanding of the nation's history and a sense of belonging to a group of people that includes previous generations within that nation. It gives us a sense of security with respect to the future because we expect everyone will work for the good of the nation and therefore will defend each person in the nation from attacks by violent evildoers, whether from within or without. And having said that, it is time for us to ask, what has gone wrong with our nationalism and the foundations that our leaders have laid down? We need to ask ourselves, everyone, whether the entrenched nature of our inactivity, incompetence, and intellectual and moral turpitude leave any scope at all for reflection and reparation. For so long, we have amplified our aspirations in various forms, but our voices have been silenced by bullets and bayonets, by ballots and bills, by bottles and bucks. Nevertheless, our faith, our dignity, and our spirits cannot be silenced by any force in this world. We are all first Nagas, and we are brothers and sisters by blood. Blood is thicker than water. Nothing can dilute our brotherhood, if not for our indifferences. Once again, welcome everyone. God bless Nagaland, God bless Naga people, and may our dream of becoming one nation, one people, and one destiny come true, regardless of our geographical and political boundaries. Thank you, Ugnali.
And the world of our aspiration, and that there is an effective unity of the people in Naga land. Our country was an independent nation before the British conquered us with superior force of arms. The British left our country in the year 1947 without making any special arrangement for our country, and we found ourselves under the mercy of the Indian people.
Our Naga people have demanded independence from the British on many occasions. Unfortunately, we never put it on record, as our people are not accustomed to writing. The only written record submitted by our people to the British government was submitted in the year 1929, January 10, where Simon Commission, under the chairmanship of Sir John Simon, came here in Kohima seeking our people's opinion about the new reform, as it was called. Our Naga people demanded independence and said, "Leave us alone, and when you leave us, we shall be free and independent again." A long struggle has followed with the march of history, and we have fully kept pace with it. We, the Naga people, declared ourselves independent on the 14th of August 1947, and on the same day we informed India by telegram and cabled to UNO for information and record.
In the name of Naga National Council and on behalf of the people and citizens of Naga land, I wish to make our stand and our national position perfectly clear. We are a democratic people, and as such, we have been struggling for a separate sovereign state of Nagaland in a democratic way through constitutional means. We shall continue to do so. We want our Indian brothers and sisters to know that we are not their enemy. We want the world to know that there is a civilization in Nagaland. Academically backward though we may be, it is up to us to show to the world that we are not a people which has lost its residentry. We are alive. We never feared India, and of course, there is no reason for the Nagas to fear India in this human struggle for maintaining our political independence. Just as much as you cannot see a black spot in clear water, likewise, we cannot have a black spot of fear in our mind of clear conscience. I always have a feeling that God, our Heavenly Father, our Creator, is with us and guiding us. What is there for us to fear?
The Nagas do not ask independence from India. Indeed, we do not want anything from India. India has nothing to give away to Nagaland. We are independent and sovereign in our own national right. What we ask is not to interfere our administration, but leave us alone and allow Nagaland, the national state of the Nagas, to continue to exist in peace and make progress without hindrance. If Free India wishes to be a leader in world's affairs, particularly in Asian affairs, India cannot sidestep the voice of Nagaland, upholding the national right of the Nagas. It is not merely a claim. If India honestly believes that truth triumphs, which is inscribed in the official emblem of the Republic of India, the truth of Naga's existence and the need of freedom cannot be buried in secret. India cannot ignore the national state of Nagaland and continue talking Mahatma Gandhi, non-violence and democracy. If this world is to have peace and goodwill toward one another, the will of the people and nation must prevail. Being a nation, the Nagas have their own distinct way of manners and living. We are a proud people. Proud in the sense that we respect human personality, the personality that makes the fragile man altogether a different creature from the rest of the powerful animals. To abandon the dead is irreligious, a dishonor to the Creator. To ignore the living is still worse. It is a disgrace to the community and the nation. It mocks human personality. Indifference toward human personality, the abode of man's soul, is not only ignominy to our society's viewpoint, but it inflicts injury to one's sense of love and justice, which are the hallmark of a mature person.
No amount of sacrifice is too high to save one's national honor and preserve one's hearth and home so that the posterity may continue to live in honor and in peace and enjoy their birthright. We must believe that the Indian leaders will adhere to Mahatma Gandhi's doctrine of non-violence and fulfill Gandhiji's promise to the Nagas that India will not attack the Nagas, whereas Nagaland ought to have enjoyed unruffled peace for generations to come without end, being surrounded by world's biggest nations around us in matters of human population. It is unfortunate that the Indians, who alone are 1/5 of world population, seem to be determined to quarrel with so small a nation even like us. We wanted to avoid any sort of a clash, if humanly possible, and it remains to be seen what Indian government will do as the government of one of the eldest family of civilized people on earth. It is needless to say, we love to retain our Naga age-old culture of classless society as we are, in the spirit of true sisterhood and as brothers to one another. We like to follow our own form of civilization, wherein one need not worry for his and her needs or fear another person. Neither do our Naga society dehumanize another person and force him or her to resort to begging.
We have been threatened with violence, and we have weighed and considered everything carefully, and all of you know our positions. To give away our Nagaland to please India is not the solution. Nagas shall not buy friendship with their territory. This is not an individual family matter. It concerns one whole nation, and a very small nation at that. It needs great precaution. The crisis facing our nation concerns not only of this generation, but it concerns our posterity. As our fathers braved in their generations and handed us down a heritage we are all proud of. We are here to reaffirm that we are the worthy children of our fathers who sacrificed their lives for us, of whom we are their posterity. We want our nation and our posterity to continue to live in honor and in peace. Is it anti-Indian to state the living fact that we want our nation to live? We intensely value our way of living, even insofar as land ownership is concerned. And we yearn nothing better live along our social institution of pure democracy in a classless society where each regard the other as brother and sister, parent and child. We are not just a bunch of human beings called citizens. The basic structure of political organization in Nagaland had withstood the change of time all these centuries because it is based on the democratic principle of sovereignty of the people. If Nagaland is not disturbed, our country will remain as an oasis of peace in the present form of purest democracy in this corner of the world. This is what we like to see continue.
Someone may tell us that Nagas are Christians following a foreign religion. The Indians publicly say this. We do not take Christianity as foreign religion any more than we consider the light of the sun as foreign origin from outer world. There is a Father Creator, Ukepenyofa as we call it. He is God. The message of the gospel fulfills our Naga conception of religion, Naga, which literally means anguish of minds, for which we do worship. Once we came to know that there is a personal Savior to whom one can talk or pray directly, the real light dawned on us, and the weight of man's anguish of mind greatly vanished away. Whether we call a national state or a country, Both concerns the same thing. It concerns the territory of a people. Naga land is the land of the Nagas. It is Naga country and nobody else's. We are not refugees or immigrants in this beautiful land. Our own language tells exactly what a country is. We call country Ura, which literally means we are first. U, where, Ra, rear, first. The root meaning of territory also developed from the same word, namely Therir, meaning self first. And our Naga language is certainly as old as human tradition, and history cannot contradict us. No man can argue with fact and existence of Naga land. Naga Ra is a natural fact. It is folly for India to attempt to subjugate the Nagas. On our part, our fathers, even in their illiterate stage, never implicated our nation with India. That is why we are so distinctly alive as individually, a distinct family of a nation. This generation will not blunder. We shall not tarnish our honor.
Since our Naga people take words seriously as an oath, I stress these things once again so that you will all bear in mind that our nation and those of us who are in the Naga National Council for our national affairs have not made a mistake in dealing with India. Naga National Council tried and continue trying to find a peaceful solution with India for Naga land, to continue to live in peace without harassment. We have no secret. Nothing is hidden from you. And whatever may happen, you will know that our nation had tried her best to avoid it. The rest, it is beyond our power. Now, we are here today to prove to India and to the world that Naga land is united and that our nation aspires to the same conviction, to continue to be independent as a distinct nation as we are and have always been in the sovereign national state of the Nagas of Naga land. We have never doubted and we never worried about the question of our unity, which is an internal affair of Naga land alone. This was never a problem and India has no business to interfere us.
We are here united as one nation for the common cause of our nation's freedom, which is in jeopardy. Nagaland is an independent state. We are as independent as any country could be, yet we are not free, and we cannot be free because the Indian government ceaselessly interferes our administration with their armed forces. They have been harassing our citizens all the time. We all know that the Indian government have strongly entrenched their armed forces right inside our territory, and they threaten our very existence. They use all the forces to crush, as the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru put it to our Naga delegation, who went to New Delhi seeking a peaceful solution to live side by side as friendly neighbors.
We shall do all what is humanly possible so that we shall not have to go down in history, in shame, or live in sorrow and disgrace. What else we cannot do? We leave it to God's own mercy and to His care, and pray that we do not become a victim of the Indian imperialism. We are here to commence our voluntary plebiscite, to put on record and to express our mind, our national policy, in the form of thumb impression. It is 5 months now that our nation has been given time to discuss about this plebiscite voluntarily offered by us to prove our unity and our spontaneous willingness to continue to live on as a distinct nation. In the past 5 months, I have visited every region of our area and met every one of you. What we do now will go down in our history. Each and every one of us will like to let our posterity know what we do now for their freedom, for their glory, and for their happiness, which they must continue to enjoy as free men.
This plebiscite is to let India know the position of Naga land. However, those who wish to show their differences and preference to join the Indian Union, we welcome their expression of full freedom of choice. Nobody needs to worry or fear his and her safety in expressing oneself freely. All will be put on the record in the form of fingerprint. We are making 3 separate copies for historical document, and 1 copy shall be presented to the Republic of India. Lastly, let me state that the Naga stand for independence, that is, the continued existence of Naga land as a sovereign state is not a political challenge to India. We stand alone and try to reaffirm our own right as a nation. We Nagas are not against Indians. We never wanted enemies. We only hope that India shall not become an enemy. Above everything else, we want to be free as a distinct nation, and we shall be free.
Love coffee? Why not build a career around it? Join Eagle Crest and get 100% placement assistance with brands like Roast Coffee Roastery, Pete's Coffee, and more overseas. Learn espresso extraction, latte art, machine handling, and customer service. Eagle Crest, brewing careers, 1 cup at a time.